Tuesday, from Toronto, Canada, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Toronto Mounties taking on the New York Jets.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Toronto Mounties. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they enter play here. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
And sometimes when you're in the middle of a losing streak, being on the road is exactly what you want. You can only depend on each other. Let's see if they can use that as fuel in this ball game.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
On the play.
Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you give a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
6 yards.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let him get anywhere near it.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets will extend their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Another big play here as they strike for 31. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 3.5 to go, first quarter. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. Good move, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5.
Marked down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Jets.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're... man coverage, because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
He was brought down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Helaire, the ball carrier.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Third down.
And that will be incomplete.
The pass intended for Jamison Crowder.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt.
Man in punt formation for the Jets.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Jets 14, Mounties 7.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he'll work 3 from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking it.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
A loss of 5 yards.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Jets on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure. And boy, did it pay off in this case.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't give it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. And the pressure gets to him again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
A loss of 9 on the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look, and this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll try and run for on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 6. This one into the hands of Burton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
By Jeff Okuda.
They'll throw now on the final play. They'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit half. You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter?
With the
Need to use a bathroom or anything?
17.
Right, cool. Let's go.
14.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Thomas. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Creeping up on 1,000. Could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that. But also defensively, maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage a quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. 2nd and 9 now. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10. The interception, he'll look to throw. Lead on the deep ball. He was looking. And now it's 2nd down. zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
The pass. Intercepted by the Jets.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
Holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Brought him down. A gain of
from the 22. Here's 2nd and 8
at the 22-yard line.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Back to throw. Rolling to his right. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up
on 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
2nd down and 8. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
At their own
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Welcome back to Toronto. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. to throw here. In trouble, and he's taken down.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Jets on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be third and forever. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Out of the gun now on third down. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Complete.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 5-yard line.
2nd and 3. Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Thomas. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all. And got his man complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown. DJ Moore. 77 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Jets, 21.
Kick it away after the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
For number 84, incomplete. It's 3rd.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
56.
They'll look to throw again. They'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Santos' kick is up and through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. 31. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try to pin them back there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught at the 8. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
So the Jets now down by 2 touchdowns. And time, a huge factor. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. He's got Burton here. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now back to throw.
That's who is running back, Edwards-Helaire.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Third down.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a